Hey guys, if you like the content, please be sure to like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Hey guys, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here for yet another Born of the Gods draft. And we've opened Chromanticore. He's cool. A lot of abilities. A little bit difficult to cast. What else do we have in here that's cool? I like the Nyxborn Wolf. Bestow is quite good. This is cool with Inspire. Mill seems like it's a little difficult to do in this format. This is good for triggering Heroic. This guy's good, good blocker. Get you to the late game. I think we probably want to open up with the Bestow guy. This has the most potential value since it automatically couples well with any creature, but especially couples well with heroic creatures. So I think we're going to take the Nyxborn Wolf and not regret it too much. It's a decent first pick. Elite Skirmisher is also okay. There's some decent cards in here otherwise, but I think I like the Nyxborn Wolf. Okay. Next we have Whelming Wave, which I think is actually really good. Potentially good value out of that, especially if you have a lot of guys with come into play effects. Like even bouncing Bestow guys and then being able to replay them seems pretty good. Let's see. Oracle's Insight. Kind of wanted to try this card out. I think it's got a lot of potential to it. And another card that interacts very well with both Heroic and Inspired. This guy's cool. Haven't gotten a chance to play with him yet, but I feel like pretty good potential value. He's a little bit high priced, I think, for what you get. I think there's a lot of potential with this Whelming Wave. I actually think this card's okay. I mean, you get to potentially bounce your opponent's Bestow creatures too, but I don't know. Something about Whelming Wave seems appealing to me. Maybe it shouldn't, but I'm gonna try it out. I think actually you get some pretty good value potentially out of that. Okay, so we've got another Nyxborn Wolf. We have 7-drop dude who's not too shabby. He's also a Kraken. Could go for the Whelming Wave deck. This thing also works in that. It's kind of cool. This guy's 7 mana though, which is a little bit pricey. Rollicker's fine. Fanatic's good. Fanatic's strong. Another Nyxborn Wolf would be fine. Rise to the Challenge is good. I mean, Fanatic I think is the best card in a vacuum. 4/4 Haste Trample or 4/4 Trample for 3. Either one of those seems pretty efficient. It's early enough. Let's just stick to taking strong cards. So let's take the Fanatic here. Okay. Now we have let's see, Springleaf Drum, which is good with Inspired. Rise to the Challenge, which is a good strong trick. Stephenson Oathsworn, which is good with Bestow and other targeted effects. Ferris Band Tromper, reasonably costed. Beater. Triton's good. I like the Bestow. Let's take the Oathsworn. I think this card's actually potentially very good if we get a lot of stuff to target with it. This is pretty cool too. I wanted to try that out. And Glimpse of the Sun God I feel like can be a blowout. Let's take the Oathsworn. Okay. So choices now, we have, I think we're just taking the Rise to the Challenge. There's also, let's see, Wayfinder's interesting, just not that great. Sunchaser seems not that great either. Nothing that great in here beyond that. Glimpse the Sun God is actually additionally cool because you can target your own guys with it if they're already attacking and get bonus heroic stuff. So I actually like Glimpse alongside heroic guys like that. But I think in that same argument, Rise to the Challenge is quite good with Stephenson Oathsworn. So let's take it. It's a good trick. Okay. We can take the Snake. We can take the Reckless Reveler. Some decent white cards in here. What's this thing do again? Actually, this card's probably okay in limited. Just not great, but certainly playable. It's really Reveler or Snake, and typically it's a little more difficult to find the early game than it is to find the late game. Both Reveler and Snake are both just decent, nothing special, so let's go with the Reveler. Okay, so now we can do Siren Song Lyre or Karametra's Favor. Favor's cool if we want to splash a third color, so it also cantrips and does stuff with heroic. Alright, I guess I can get behind that. Sky Reaping deals damage to each creature with flying equal to your devotion to green. That feels like something that we would like. But actually, so is Nyxborn Rollicker, as a matter of fact. It's definitely the right move against flyers, but I think Rollicker is actually what we're going to take because I'm hoping to get some more heroic. I just like having a 2-mana thing that can buff my heroic guys. I am intrigued by Sky Reaping, though. Alright. I mean, Archetype of Endurance is cool, but 8 mana is just a little bit too... just a bit too pricey. Alright, let's take the Snake. I think that's okay. I actually like Starbreaker. I like Oracle's Insight a lot, too. Should we try and go for maybe a Rug build? This seems a bit awkward still. I actually like this Starbreaker quite a bit. Just destroyed, bestowed spells. I like that. I think that card's fairly strong. We can take the... I don't know what's best here. Probably Dreamfinder, most potential value, but we already have a decent blue pick, so I think I'm actually going to take the Serpent. I like the idea of this card. Like, put that on a heroic guy. I feel like that's really strong. And the Hypnotists are going late. Okay. Second to last pick, Epiphany Storm's not too shabby. Alright, we open Annex and Siamede and Phalanx Leader, both of which are quite good. But I think our pick is the Courser. We are definitely deeper green than red. And Courser just feels right. I like the efficiency of it. I mean, I like the Skull Cleaver and the Adept too, but I mean, alternatively, I can just play Annex and Siamede. Splash white. This card is very, very strong. And I feel like we were seeing fairly late white picks, too. I mean, we have this for fixing. Is it worth it, though? I'm not sure. I mean, Courser's certainly worse than Annex, but I don't know if I'm guaranteed going to be able to make Annex work in this deck yet. Let's just go with the Courser. Okay, so picks here, we've got Time to Feed, which I think is just going to be the pick, but we also have Spear Point Oread, which is pretty good. Let's take the removal. Very, very strong alongside the Oathsworn. Okay, pretty good choices here. We can do a Stone Shock, we can do a Battlemaster, a Leaf Crown, a Nessian Courser. Don't have a lot of ways to stop flying currently, since I passed that Sky Reaping. But we could just take the Battlemaster. Currently we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 6 ways to target Battlemaster. I like that. These guys can take the game over for sure. Leaf Crown. I mean, Battlemasters have tabled, but it's also an uncommon. I don't think Leaf Crown's ever really bad. So I think we're going to take that and hope to wheel the Battlemaster. I do feel as though we're more likely to wheel a Battlemaster since it's more green and more expensive, but we'll see. Okay. I've got Horizon Chimera. We've got Fade into Antiquity, Sedge Scorpion. Not a bunch else for us. Centaurs are decent, not amazing. I don't think I'm playing blue. So it's either Fade, which is definitely main deckable, or Scorpion, which is also main deckable. Let's take the Scorpion. I think I'm okay with that. It's good to have some early stuff. Raider's fine. This doesn't really strike me as a Raider deck. Triton Fortune Hunter's a great card. It's just not quite into the plan that we're doing. Maybe it is. Who knows? Could end up somehow making blue work in here. I think we're definitely taking the Titan Strength here. Already have a couple guys. I guess I didn't take that Battlemaster, but Oathsworn's really going to like it. And I still don't think I'm splashing blue, but let's take the Strength. Cool with that. Artisan Sorrow is fine, not amazing. So I guess we can take that. Okay, so we've got Sea God's Revenge. We have Opaline Unicorn. Don't currently have a lot we're ramping into, but I mean, if we want to make blue work in here, it'd be nice to get some fixing. Otherwise, it's just a Vulpine Goliath, which is fine. Just a little bit pricey. If I have Karametra's Favor, it's a way to ramp into it. Let's... I'm going to take the Unicorn. It's uncommon, right? Oh, I guess it's just a common. Alright, we can take the Peak Eruption for sideboard purposes. Best card in here is probably Cutthroat Maneuver. Aqueous Form's pretty good too, though. Rambler versus Crone Crusader. This doesn't really look like a deck for either of them, but Satyr Rambler could be a good... If I'm short on playables, I'd like it, and if not, it might be a good sideboard card. So I guess I mean, I'd like to be just green-red, but currently I have some playable blue stuff. Just nothing incredible in blue. I guess we can take Centaurs here. Sure. Guardians, okay. And a Plains. Okay, so we're into the last pack here. I've got Hammer of Perforos. I like that card a lot. Nemesis is pretty incredible. If I picked up the Satyr Wayfinders, this Nemesis would have looked a lot better. Let's take the Hammer. I think this card's actually really good. We're not super deep red, but this certainly gives us a good reason to do it. I like making dudes out of lands. I like giving haste to everything. Maybe at this point we just hide the blue and really just start grinding out for green-red when possible. I think Hammer's fine, yeah. I like Hammer. Okay. Let's see. Satyr versus what? A Crone Horse. Gives me a Hasty Soldier with Hammer each turn. I don't really like it all that much. Never really been impressed with this card. I guess we can take the Satyr. Seem to have a lot of ramp, but not much to ramp into. Alright, well, this is an important pack. I think we want the Stone Shock. Titan has just been kind of disappointing. Not to mention we really don't have that many humans at all. Almost like a Satyr Centaur deck. They're both hooved. Okay, let's take the Stone Shock. He's pretty tough. He's a tough dude. Okay. I've got Minotaur versus Temple just for scry value. I think I'd like some more dudes if possible. And I'd rather play the Minotaur over like the Centaur probably. It's just more efficient. Amulet could help make blue work, but I'm not sure that's necessary in this deck. I may not even need the ramp, really. There's really not that much to ramp to. Let's take the Minotaur. Alright. Important. Not that great in here. Nilea's Presence can get me some more colors, but probably not necessary. Fleet Feather Sandals might actually be the pick here. It's not a very good card, but we really aren't doing much with the skies, are we? We didn't get much burn, didn't get much removal, oddly enough. Got a little bit, but really not that much. And I don't think this is a important deck. Don't need the second Sorrow. Fleet Feather Sandals and Hammer tend to get, that feels a little bit redundant. I don't think we're playing Presence though. Let's take the Sandals, I guess. Okay. So I think we take another Courser. Let's go a little bit deeper on that. Since we don't have a lot to ramp into, I mean, I could take the Goliath here, but I actually just like the Courser. I think 3/3 is pretty good body. Although, I mean, Volpine Goliath is a good in-game. We've already got a couple pretty good in-games. And I would play Courser over our Unicorn at this point. I mean, actually, we can already cut Unicorn. Probably don't even need the Favor, really. Let's take the Courser. Alright, well, Hedonist can actually ramp if I sack it. So, Hedonist versus another Centaur. Not necessary. Alright, I guess we can take Hedonist. And let's hate the Singer, I guess. Could see that being good against us, maybe. And just tons of good blue stuff in here. Agent, am I going to play Agent? Probably not. Probably not doing the Favor. Probably not doing the Epiphany Storm. So am I going to do Agent? Probably not. Could just hate the Wave Crash Triton or hate the Thassa's Emissary. Let's hate the Triton. I just don't think I'm playing Agent of Horizons. I mean, I guess I'd prefer to not even play the Centaur if possible, but we'll have to see what happens. I guess we can hate the Ray of Dissolution. Could also hate the early guy, although we have a decent amount of early game. Let's take the Cerberus. I'd rather play that than, say, Rambler. Or maybe even Centaur. None of these cards really matter. Let's see. Okay. Guess we can take the rare. Yeah, I think we gotta take the Flamecast Wheel. Might have to use that out of sideboard. Well, Pretty underwhelming deck, I guess. I was kind of hoping to see a lightning strike or, I don't know, arena athlete, maybe. I guess it was maybe in the cards to just take the annex and forcing my way into red-white seemed pretty awkward. I mean, this deck's not terrible. It's just a little bit surprised we didn't end up with more late game threats. I mean, I did pass a couple of Vulpine Goliaths, but I don't know. They didn't necessarily feel like something I needed at the time. Okay, so this is 23. I'm not opposed to this. Could have used some more buffs in here. Currently we can buff with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not that much, but then again we only got one heroic guy. I was hoping to table that Battle Master, but I don't regret picking the Dryad over it necessarily. I could try and make blue work in here, but then I would have to play Favor, and I would probably just do the Unicorn then too. So what would I be playing blue for? Just Triton, Fortune Hunter, even Whelming Wave seems awkward on the splash especially. Crypsis is probably okay. It doesn't seem really worth it to do that. What seems bad in here? That Rambler seems unnecessary, although it is something to do early, so it's not like it's completely terrible. It's just a little bit underwhelming. I mean, alternatively, I could cut the Rambler. I actually like the idea of Hedonist in here because I can, you know, sack it and get like a turn 3 Stone Shock Giant or something. Or Snake. I could see that being good. But do I want to do maybe Flamecast Wheel just to get a bit more removal in here since I'm so removal light? Time to Feed, I'm glad I got that. This deals with some stuff. I've got a couple tricks. But beyond that, I don't have that much removal, which is definitely an issue. Well, I may just have to tolerate it and kind of play it like this, see how we end up. Satyr's okay in here. Not great. Well, I guess we can try this. Okay. So we need double red. We need a little bit of double green, but more double red. What do they suggest? Yeah, I think I can agree to 9-8 as well. Okay, so overall, not that great of a deck. It's okay. It's got some win conditions in it. I'm not super impressed with Fleet Feather Sandals, but with all the 3/3s, I like the idea of flying over top their guys if need be. Maybe even with fatties. Or having a Sedge Scorpion fly to be good on blocks. I just like the idea of a little bit of evasion in this deck since we don't have that much removal. But overall, it's a fairly weak deck. It did appear that blue was open more, so maybe I should have been more willing to go into that. But I think I was just a little bit more interested in making Fnatic work in here because I like the efficiency of it. And I think we are just sort of maybe competing with people for that red. I still like the hammer too. I mean, there are ways to win in here. I think it's mostly, it's not our creatures necessarily that I'm upset with. I think it's our spells. Just a little bit underwhelmed with the tricks and removal. But that's alright. So, okay. I'll see you guys round 1.